Hey, this is Haberdashery playing some Terraria. And yeah, as always, we're on the crazy Insano server because I figure it provides the best backdrop to when the videos are just more general commentary in nature and not really showing you anything. I think it's far more entertaining than me just running around the world that is like barren. Here there's lots and lots of things exploding and getting killed. One note, if you care to watch, I whip out the Muramasa for a short period in this video. I want you to notice what mows down a pack of these goblins faster, the Muramasa or the Sunfury. And then any argument between the two weapons should be settled if you have any brain or thought processes. Anyways, just wanted to chat about a few little developments. I understand we haven't done any Terraria videos recently. There's a good reason for that. By the time I felt I wanted to talk at length about patch 1.0.4, it had already been out too long, and I figured adding another, enough people had talked about it, everyone knew everything about it. So I didn't think it was worthy of it. And then we were thinking about doing some more of the multiplayer Let's Play, but now we're kind of thinking we're just going to start over, because 1.0.5, which we'll get to, seems big enough to where we might start a new one. Because our world, I believe, wasn't even... the world we had actually was created in 1.0.3, so I don't think there's any above-ground jungles in there, even. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And we figure we're going to start a new one. We're going to start a new one after what seems to be a pretty decently major patch. So expect, once 1.0.5 lands, expect for us to be rolling with the Terraria videos more regularly. This YouTube channel doesn't claim to be all Terraria all the time, but I also understand that most of our viewers came from Terraria, so and Terraria is a pretty significant game at the moment, so we're going to give it its due. But you guys may have seen a bunch of other videos for a bunch of other games, and that's we don't play only Terraria. As a matter of fact, another reason for the lack of Terraria videos has been I just kind of got a little burnt out, a little bit, probably played it a little too much. But yeah, I think I'm already feeling myself getting back into the game. I think it's going to be fresh again to me, starting a new character in multiplayer, especially with all the new stuff that's coming in 1.0.5, which we'll get to here in a moment. And so yeah, anyways, to kind of review patch 1.0.4, one of the most significant things I find is that the cave bats made the underground area a lot harder. It's not hard if you're underground in your high-level armor and stuff, but typically underground's the first place you go, or the second place you go. I guess the first thing you do is what? Chop trees, get enough gel for a bunch of torches, build a house. Kind of sort of get ready for the underground. When you go underground, once you reach that rock layer, which is really fast on small maps, and even medium maps, the cave bats make life very interesting, because they deal a lot of damage. They deal 25 damage to someone who's unarmored, and then it's still 24 or 23 to with a couple defense, so it's very painful. And granted, they're not really hard to dodge. I mean, they have the same flight patterns as hornets and eyes and everything, but they are smaller. They're a little harder to hit. They have a good deal of HP. They take a lot of hits when all you got's a wooden or a copper sword. But I do find that they did make that phase of the game a little trickier. And it's not so much that they're really ever going to kill you, because if you're at all careful, you can definitely avoid getting hit by, dying to their actual damage. But their propensity to be able to fly out of nowhere and knock you, into fall damage death, that happens, and it's a lot easier for that to happen. So, got to be much more careful. But what's funny is I say it's harder then, but with patch 1.0.5, from the sound of it, it's going to be a little easier, because we're getting a lot of alchemy stuff. That's one of the big advertisements, one of the big points of this patch. Lots of different buffs. There's I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details because a lot of the things have been spoiled. There's a few posts by the developers on the Terraria forums outlining some of. There's a spoiler video too, but a lot of very interesting buffs, and it's going to be exciting discovering all those and figuring out what, how to make all these things. And I have some good guesses because there's a lot of items that don't have very many uses. So I have some pretty good guesses as to what exactly is going to be like I might not know exactly what's going to be used for what, but I have an idea what is going to be used for something. So, but that'll be really fun to figure all that out. And of course, there's also the hardcore mode coming up, which is pretty significant because the one of the bigger complaints of this game is it gets pretty easy, and that's not an invalid complaint. That's a very valid complaint. And hardcore mode, what happens? The only change is when you die, you're dead. Look at all those hornets. Anyways, when you die, you're dead. That's it. There's a gravestone where you died, and you have to start a new character. Your character's gone. So that obviously makes life very interesting, because now every single move you make, you got to be careful. There's no whoop died to fall damage that always happens to me. So definitely going to make life very interesting. Going to make for some very conservative gameplay, but and that's the thing is I think them naming it hardcore mode is actually very appropriate. Naming it hard mode isn't right, because I don't think it'll be hard, actually hard to survive. Just you're gonna have to be careful to a hardcore extent. And you might notice that they're talking about me here and there, and I kind of antagonize them a little bit. But if you notice in the chat, anyways. My main point is 1.0.5 just seems there's also new weapons and new spells, maybe some new armor. That hasn't been spoiled yet, but that might be happening. And that's definitely we never really got our multiplayer Let's Play kind of off the ground. And we're going to make a concerted effort to do that. We're not going to post, 20 videos in 5 days like I did last time, because I think that was a mistake to do that. But we are definitely going to focus on churning out some multiplayer stuff, because we think that A, it's fun, and B, we think it's interesting, and especially in the new 1.04 and 1.05 world of Terraria, there's a lot more to discover, and yeah, we hope you guys find it as entertaining as we do playing. So yeah, I think here's the part where I switch to the Muramasa in a few, because I'm just bulldozing these goblins with the Sunfury, just bulldozing them, and then I use the Muramasa and it takes forever to kill a pack of them, and it's yeah, whoever says the Muramasa is better than the Sunfury is Mr. Silly Pants. But so yeah, definitely more Terraria videos. We definitely want to see some suggestions as well. We're not too big on doing guides. Well, it's not that we're down on doing guides, but it's more Sloth and I and Herzra kind of acknowledging that we're not the best players in the world, and there are other guides out there that I don't feel the need to create a video that's been created already. Yeah, I could probably create a pretty good how to mine meteorite guide or how to find floating islands guide, but other people have done that already, and they've done it well. And I don't. Now, I guess the same can be said. Well, people do Let's Play videos, blah blah blah. But the interest of a Let's Play video has everything to do with the commentator and little to do with what's going on. It's more of a dynamic appeal than people watch how to mine meteorite videos to learn how to mine meteorite. They're not watching it to be entertained necessarily. Whereas a Let's Play, the whole crux is entertainment. Either from watching the game or listening to the commentator. But anyways, I don't know why I just went off on that tangent. That's a trend for me. If if you haven't noticed, because I just go off and blah 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 blah. But another point is it's very encouraging to see like such a large, from what seems like anyways, a large new system going into the game with all this alchemy stuff. I mean, it's not like, I mean, alchemy's already there, but all it is just healing potions, mana potions, and healing and mana potions. But now, like, it's actually like a buff system going in. And it's very reassuring to see this. Because, I mean, I've said it before, it's very reassuring to see active devs and everything. But now, like, we're actually seeing the fruits of their labors and exactly how drastically they want to improve the game over time. Because that's the thing, this game is good enough and cheap enough. It's not like people paid $50 for this game. This game is good enough to where, you know, your average developer might just release like, ooh, here's hats like in Team Fortress, or you know, customizations, blah blah blah, but no real content, and just rest on their laurels and say, we sold 450,000 units, I'm pretty happy with that. These guys aren't happy with that. They not only do, like, obviously they want the sales, money is awesome, but they also care about making a great game, and I think it's really awesome to see them not just improving the game and adding to the game, but drastically improving the game, finding new ways and new design spaces to find more ways to make the game interesting and fun. And that's the thing, is that's a challenge in a game that's as interesting and fun as this one already is. But now, like, they're reaching whole new levels of design space and well, maybe not creativity or innovation, but giving a crap. I guess that's because a lot of developers all just give them hats and a reskinned enemy. They'll be happy. You know, how many reskinned enemies have we seen? Like, yeah, well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because we have a zombie with a hat and a zombie with another hat and a skeleton with another hat and another skeleton that's a different color with a hat. So I guess this game does do a little bit of reskinning, but not as blatant, like, because then there's harpies, which look completely different from anything. Yeah, here's the part where I use the Muramasa, and it's just like, wow. I didn't even realize the gap was, like, those things would be dead 3 times with the Sunfury by now. Like, I'd be 4 screens away killing another pack of them by now. It's just like, yeah, that damage difference is a big deal. Sunfury does 40. It's a house. But anyways, and you also notice I lost a lot of life there too, because I took that long killing all those guys. But anyways, I digress, as always. I digress constantly. It's what I do as a person. But I have found that I am, and Sloth is as well, kind of reclaiming our desire to play this game, and especially, 1.0.5 is definitely going to be a great motivation too as well. We definitely want to hop on the multiplayer. We definitely want to kind of push that. We do plan on, I don't want to promise it, because promises are meant to be broken, and then when promises are broken, people are upset. But I think our goal is to have probably at least 3 Let's Play multiplayer video, like after 1.0.5 comes out. 3 Let's Plays a week, maybe more. I mean, it really depends on how much time life gives us, and how quickly we can really churn them out. But heck, if we can do 1 a day, we'll do 1 a day. I have no problem with that. But we definitely want to do at least 3 a week. I have a feeling that our posting schedule is kind of going to change. We're probably not going to be uploading videos on the weekends too often anymore. But we'll definitely be striving to keep the content flowing here. And again, we thank you all. But anyways, my time's running out, so please do not die.